So hello guys, and welcome back to another video in our channel. So I actually forgot to prepare a match preview, so I was really held up throughout the weekend. So I decided, because I did not manage to do a match preview for this game, I decided that I should actually do it. I do a live stream before the game. I think, though it's quite, it's just some few hours to the game, but there's a lot to talk about in this game. There's absolutely a lot to talk about in this game. So first of all, one of the things that we are trying to, one of the things that I'm really want to talk about is Chelsea. I want to talk about what is at stake for Chelsea. What is at stake for Chelsea in this game? With regards to the outcome that Chelsea can actually get in this game. That is either a win, a draw, or a loss. Now, a win takes Chelsea high up the table automatically. A win takes Chelsea high up the table. It takes Chelsea in a position where I think Chelsea will be around, let me check the Premier League table, because this game is very important. It's very important. And when you look at the table currently, a loss will take Chelsea up to 8th position, and a win will take Chelsea all the way to position number 3. That's it. A win will take Chelsea into 3rd place. So that is a very important fixture. And taking Chelsea into 3rd place automatically means that Chelsea are in the driving seat for top 4. Remember, one of Chelsea's greatest rival for the top 4, Aston Villa, lost at Anfield yesterday. So a win will take Chelsea 3rd, and it will take Chelsea above Arsenal, and it has the potential of actually taking Arsenal to 8th position. So what am I saying here? Chelsea, this game is very important for Chelsea compared to Chelsea, which actually dropped 2 points against Manchester United. The game at Old Trafford, Chelsea should have strived to at least get a win. But since Chelsea dropped 2 points in that game, this game even becomes more and more important to Chelsea. So let's talk about Arsenal. So Arsenal are not quite invincible. Arsenal are not quite unbeatable, but they are the stronger team. They are stronger than Chelsea. They are actually tipped to be favorites for this game. And I wouldn't blame anyone, because Arsenal finished 2nd last season. Arsenal are in a title race, though currently they are not. But Arsenal is one of the teams that we expect to be up thereabouts towards the 2nd leg, going toe-to-toe for the title with teams such as Liverpool and Manchester City. But at the moment, Chelsea will be looking to try and get the top 4. But another thing that we need to be clear about in this game is that this is a London derby. So a London derby is very important. And Chelsea are yet to beat a top side. Now, that is something that is actually building up. And it's something that will now create a mental mountain for the players. They lost to Manchester City. They lost to Liverpool. We drew with Manchester United, and now we are up against Arsenal, and we have to try and win against Arsenal, because we'll only be left with Arsenal and Spurs. And a lot of fans are like, okay, we know we can beat Spurs, but how will we go even to try and play against Spurs if we cannot actually create a game where we can create problems for Arsenal? That is one question that I have. Now, I'm going to give you my lineup in this game. I'm going to give you my tactics, the tactical breakdown of this game. And I'm seeing a lot of people are talking about how we can do it. Yes, you need the positive energy to try and instill that confidence that you're actually going to do it. But we know, recently I did a video where I talked about, is Chelsea's attack weakening? And I explained the position of Chelsea's right half space is really worrying, because we don't know who we are going to put there. Have defensive solidity to strike the balance between defensive solidity and as well as attacking stability, because we really need Lavia and Caicedo in midfield. But even though we have Lavia and Caicedo in midfield, if we cannot kill off teams as we used to, then we have a problem, because Now we'll have to heavily rely upon our defense. And we cannot rely on our defense. Everybody knows that Chelsea's defense is not quite the best. I still hold the opinion that we need to sign a new goalkeeper. I still hold the opinion that we need to sign a new right-sided centre-back. The reason why a team like Liverpool are top of the league is that they have a strong defense. I don't think Chelsea's attack is weaker than Liverpool's. I think Chelsea have a similar attack to Liverpool. But the reason why Chelsea are not up there is because of our defense. Our defense has costed us points against Liverpool. Our defense cost us points against Manchester United. And so if we actually sort out that defensive problem, we'll be in a very commanding position when it comes to the league. And that's why I still reiterate that we need to sign a goalkeeper. Now, let's try and look at the Premier League table. Let's try and look at the Premier League table, and let's try and talk about both teams. So here is the Premier League table, and when you look at the league table, you can clearly see Chelsea's statistics this season. You can see here Chelsea have actually scored 20 goals, quite impressive. Only two teams have scored higher than Chelsea, and that is Liverpool and Manchester City. And Chelsea still have an opportunity to actually go on top in terms of goals scored this week. Because if Chelsea score 2 goals today, then they will be joint top with Manchester City. And look, we have an attack that is matching Manchester City. Do not be lied to about the Manchester City's current form, but they still have the best attack. The problem is that they have conceded more goals. They have actually even conceded more goals than Chelsea. And look at Liverpool. Liverpool have only conceded 6 goals this season. 6 goals this season, and they are currently in 11. They are currently 11 games in. So you can clearly see that Liverpool's defense is what is carrying the team, because they are actually scoring similar amount of goals to Chelsea. But the problem is Chelsea have conceded twice the goals that Liverpool have actually conceded. Now let's look at Arsenal. Arsenal are scoring less than Chelsea, and they're actually conceding close to what Chelsea is conceding. So when you look at these two statistics, you can see that Chelsea are looking better than Arsenal this season. That doesn't mean that I'm saying Chelsea is better than Arsenal. No. When you look at the field of things, Arsenal are better than Chelsea. But when you look at these two statistics, you can see Chelsea have scored 3 more goals than Arsenal, and they have conceded 1 more goal extra than Arsenal, meaning that Chelsea's defense and that of Arsenal are quite similar. We can actually get at Arsenal, but Arsenal are not quite prolific in terms of goal scoring like Chelsea. So, and again, I'm getting a response here that we played well against Liverpool and our forward failed us. See, you cannot always approach all big games and say we played well. We played well against Manchester City, we lost. We played well against Liverpool, we lost. We played well against Manchester United, we drew. No, I don't care how we're going to play this game. Even if we are going to put 10 men behind the ball and actually make a 1-0 victory, is something that I'm ready to actually pick, because we need to beat one big team. For the confidence of the players, we need to actually beat one big team, so that if Chelsea can make that statement of intent today and have a win over Arsenal, then that will create will break that psychological barrier that the team is mature enough to actually go toe-to-toe with the best in the league and actually get a result. Like I was talking about this earlier to someone, that under Thomas Tuchel we used to like these big games. We used to relish these big games because we always knew that Thomas Tuchel had that thing in him where we could beat anyone. We could face Manchester City and beat them. We could face Arsenal and beat them. We could face Liverpool and beat them. Because the last time we won at Anfield, Tuchel was the manager. The last time we won at the Etihad, Tuchel was the manager. The last time we beat Arsenal, Thomas Tuchel was the manager. So Maresca needs to actually get the best out of one of these big teams. And I believe that today is the perfect day for that. Now, somebody has asked me, is Cole Palmer ready to start? I am yet to get news about Cole Palmer, but I have a feeling that he might actually start. I believe that Chelsea also want to create that element of surprise. But if Cole Palmer does not start, I don't know where the creativity is going to come from. If Cole Palmer does not start, then I'll just prefer if we played with Christopher Nkunku and Jackson and just hope, because I don't know where the creativity is going to come from this team. But let's look at what I have picked for my lineup. Let's look at what I have picked for my lineup in this game. So I have gone with 4-2-3, 4-2-3-1. And in this 4-2-3-1, I've gone with Reece James at right back. I've gone with Cucurella at left back, Colwill as a left-sided centre back, and Fofana. I've always said that is the best we can field in our defense. We are the one thing that I am really crediting Clear Lake is that we have good fullbacks. I also believe Colwill has that thing to become a good defender in the future. He's quite young; he's 21 years old, so I believe that he can be a good centre back. I don't know about Fofana. I have seen him to. I've found him to be so clumsy when Chelsea actually have the ball. So that is my lineup, and then I've gone with Sanchez as a goalkeeper. Though I would prefer if Jorgensen could get an opportunity in the Premier League, because there's absolutely no difference. Because the manager is talking about Jorgensen's saving rate, but when you look at it, Jorgensen is very composed under pressure. So he's a player who cannot just lose the ball quite often. But with Sanchez, you just know there is a mistake in him. There was a mistake in him against Liverpool. There was a mistake in him against Manchester United. I don't know if he's going to create a mistake, because Arsenal are one of the best pressing teams. Let me not lie to you. Arsenal play way better than Liverpool. They play way better than Manchester United. So we are coming up against a very strong team. We are coming up against a very excellent team. A team that has played together for 2 seasons in a row and challenged one of the best Manchester City sides to the title. So it's not an easy game. It's not an easy game. And then I have gone with Lavia and Caicedo in midfield. We need that solidity from them, and especially Caicedo. I want Caicedo to have the best game of his life, because we know Arsenal fans have that Caicedo Rice comparison. So today, Caicedo actually has to prove that he is actually the better midfielder. Then I would have Pedro Neto starting at the left wing and Noni Madueke starting as the right wing. Though I don't know if it's the Conference League, but something has been showing me glimpses of Modric actually improving his game. But the problem with Modric is that you don't know what you expect with Modric, because Modric loses the ball in dangerous places. He will lose the ball in an area which will actually put the team in a lot of jeopardy. So that's why I don't want Modric to start this game. But Neto, Palma, and Noni Madueke, or if Enzo Maresca can if Jadon Sancho is available, then he can play Sancho as a left winger and Pedro Neto down the right, because Noni Madueke's form has actually been poor. Jackson and Palma playing in behind. I am still yet to get news about Cole Palmer, but it's more likely that he's going to play, because I'm actually even seeing that news has it that he's actually at Stamford Bridge currently, as I am seeing that the players have already arrived. But Palmer is a very important player in this team. I'm also hearing that Martin Odegaard is back. I don't know if he will be ready to start in this game, but he's already back. So let me just get you news for Cole Palmer right away. So, I need to get news about Cole Palmer. So, Cole Palmer is in the squad. Cole Palmer is actually in the team, and I don't know if he will be ready to start or he'll come from the bench. But it's looking like he will be in the game. It's looking like he will be in the game, because nothing so far has been talked about him. So probably he will be in the game. So let's talk about the tactics. Now, one that I want Chelsea to achieve, whatever they have to achieve in attack, is that Chelsea, we know, to have a 3-2 in a defensive kind of structure. So in my opinion, I would actually go for something like this. Either we have Palmer shifting over to the left and to occupy this position here. Fofana, Colwyn, and Marc Cucurella playing in that back three format with Lavia and Caicedo in that. Yes, sorry, I think I got lost. I hope everybody can get to hear me. So that is this kind of structure that I'd prefer. Then we can have a kind of defensive. Hello, sorry, I had some problems with my internet, and I just managed to actually fix it. So let me just share my screen, and as I explain the tactics. So these are actually the tactics that I'm employing. So I'm saying that Chelsea need two blocks. They need two blocks. They need a block of 5 in defense and a block of 5 in attack. This can be achieved by either having Cucurella, because it is very good to have. It's very good to have Colwell in that central centre-back position, because when you have Colwell in this position, then what you automatically guaranteed is that you have a passer of the ball. So Colwell in this position will give Chelsea that calmness on the ball, so, because Colwell can be able to pass the ball around. So Colwell is a good passer of the ball. So in this position, he's able to effect the game when it comes to passing, playing out from the back, and actually alleviating pressure from the team. And Reece James in this position gives Chelsea that dynamism in attack. Now, the problem is with this structure is that Maresca is very scared about Reece James' fitness. That's the problem. So the question is, should we actually replace Reece James in the team? Because Marc Cucurella is very good to be left out, and I believe he should actually start, because I think Marc Cucurella knows how to deal with Bukayo Saka. Marc Cucurella can deal with Bukayo Saka. Reece James, on the other hand, is very good attacking-wise. He's also good defensively, but the question is, does Reece James have the energy to actually pace up and down, up and down, up and down for 90 minutes in that position? I don't want Fofana to be the one to play in the middle, because Fofana is very clumsy on the ball and he can only pass the ball sideways. He doesn't know how to make those line-breaking passes in midfield. And that can actually leave Chelsea susceptible to counter-attacks. So that is the problem. So what is my opinion in this game? I believe that Chelsea need to be very ready in this game. Arsenal are going to be very strong. Arsenal are going to bring up their all. And Chelsea have a clear path to finish third before the end of this international break. Chelsea having 21 points, 7 points behind Liverpool, 2 points behind Manchester City, will actually put Chelsea in the driving seat for the top 4. Remember, I've always told you here, we are not going for the league. That is something that I've always told you here. We are not challenging for the league because we do not have the defense to carry us to a Premier League title. Our defense cannot carry us to the Premier League title. Forget about it. But with what we have, we can actually play for third place or fourth place. That is my expectation this season. I don't expect us to win the league, because I've repeated that we don't have a defense, because we are one goalkeeping error to lose the title, and we have Sanchez there. Sanchez, a goalkeeper who makes errors throughout the game. I do not trust Fofana and Colwell centre-back partnership. The full-backs are okay. The centre-backs are not quite ready to actually carry the team to a Premier League title. But today, we have an opportunity to actually go third. Remember, after the international games, we now play the promoted teams. We now play Ipswich, we play Southampton, we play Leicester, we play Everton, we play Aston Villa, we play the rest, and only Spurs. Spurs is the only hard fixture from after the international break till the second leg. So those are easy points. Those are points that we can actually go on a run after the international break. So what I'm suggesting is that if we can actually win this game, we can go into the international break third. Then after the international break, we have these easy fixtures. We steamroll them so that by the time the first leg ends, we have around 35 points, or if we can get 40 points, it can be good, because now if we have 40 points in the first leg, we'll only need around 32 points in the second leg so that we can get 72 points, which is enough to be safe in the top four. So that is what I am actually praying for. I'm praying that we end the first leg with around 40 points. If we can get 45 points, even better. That takes away the pressure from the second leg, because now the second leg will just move cautiously. If we get 80 points this season, Maresca has done a miracle, because this is a team that was languishing in 12th just a season ago. It's a team that struggled to finish 6th last season. What are your opinions? Does anybody want to actually give their take about this game? I'm actually going to give you a chance to come in, because I want us to do this live stream, because I believe that this game has something in store for us. I have a feeling that this is one of the games that we actually need to win. These are the games that we can actually get an opportunity to stamp our authority as a team. So let me just share the link so I can invite some of you to actually give out their opinions. What we expect in this performance is that Chelsea need to be on the game. Chelsea need to be very focused. And I'm talking about the defense. If we cannot play from the back, just clear the ball. That is what I'm actually saying. If Sanchez cannot play from the back, do not attempt ambitious passes in midfield. Last season, we were 2-0 up against Arsenal. I remember last season, we had scored 2 goals. Then Sanchez decided to bring Arsenal back into the game. And he actually costed us 2 points, because if maybe we would have won that game against Arsenal at Stamford Bridge, probably would have finished in the top 4. Probably would have been playing Champions League currently. So there is the problem. So let me add one person here to stage. Okay, hello.
Hello, can you hear me?
I can hear you. How are you?
I'm very fine, thank you.
Okay.
So there's something I was wondering.
Yeah.
So in case we decide to invert Reece James into the right half space position,
Yeah.
how effective do you find Palmer in the left half space position? I think he's quite ineffective as compared to the right half space position.
When he's playing down the right.
Yeah, I think when he's playing down the right, he's more effective than when he's playing down the left.
But I've also realized that he did play quite well. He actually scored a very, very, very good goal against Newcastle. He played well. I thought he linked up perfectly with Pedro Neto. The problem is he's restricted to use his outfoot, to use his left foot there, but he can actually affect the game from there. The problem is, even if you put Palmer down the left and you don't have an attacking threat down the right, it just beats the purpose of changing him from that position. But because remember when the 2 games we played, Gusto found himself in a shooting position. He found himself in a shooting position multiple times, even against Newcastle.
Yeah.
Imagine if Reece James is in that position.
Yeah, James' shooting is very good.
So if we actually have Reece James in that right half space position and Palmer has crossed the ball into that channel, what do you expect when you have the ball landing on Reece James' feet in that position? It's a goal. That's an automatic goal.
Yeah, he's quite lethal in front of goal.
Yeah. So if Reece James can play there, we can try to risk him, because I don't think England has called him. Has he been called by England?
No, not yet. I don't think so.
Yeah. Why not use him there today?
Okay.
Yeah, why not use him there today? Because he's going to have he's going to have 2 weeks rest and recover.
Uh-huh.
We can just
that's true.
him there today, just for today.
and see how it works.
Yeah, or probably we use him at left back. Then we decide to play Caicedo as a right back. He has played there in Brighton. We use Caicedo as a right back. Then we include Fernandes as a number 8, something like this. So probably we decide to do something like this so that we can have, because Enzo in the team actually makes Chelsea create a lot of opportunities. True.
Yeah, true, that's true.
So probably we decide to drop Cucurella and decide to have Reece James at right back. Then we decide to bring in Fernandes. Just decide to bring in Fernandes there and bring Enzo Fernandez to play in that position so that Palmer can come back into his position there. So this is the way the team will look when we have the ball. Then when we don't have the ball, the team can actually just move into something like this. We can move something like this. I don't know. I because I've seen Caicedo play at right back against Brighton, and I don't think Martinelli is quite a strong winger. He's out of form.
Yeah, it's not very dangerous as compared to like Saka, for example.
Yeah, so we can even decide to go this way. We can even decide to go this way so that you can have Enzo in the team, because we have now realized that Enzo actually offers a lot in attack, so that without the ball, then you can just have Enzo pushing here, playing in that position. Then we have Lavia moving here, and we have Caicedo coming into midfield. And then now you can have Reece James into the team. You can have Fernandes into the team. I don't know if that is something that Maresca can do to actually remedy the situation and get the balance between defense and attack. Is that viable, really?
Well, it looks like a good formation, especially because of the offensive side, because of Enzo Fernandez.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, I think if Caicedo can play well at right back, I don't think it can have a problem really.
Yeah, so now the question is, will Enzo Maresca try that experiment? Has he tried it? I wanted him to try it. I wanted him to try it against Manchester United. He could do it. If he put Enzo Fernandez into the team against Manchester United, then I know Chelsea would have had that opportunity to create a lot of chances.
Yeah, especially because
currently I am seeing without Enzo, we are not creating the number of chances that we used to have.
Yeah. And even in the game against Noah, I think he had 3 assists.
Yeah, he had 3 assists. Yeah. So is that something that can actually be... Somebody's talking about Reece James playing as a centre back. Is Reece James tall enough to win duels? Yeah, he wins aerial duels. Can Reece James win an aerial battle with Kai Havertz? Remember, we are going up against Gabriel and Saliba, and I have a feeling that Arsenal are going to score a set piece, because we have a set piece issue. Have you checked on that, Villa?
The set piece. Well,
yeah,
actually, I was wondering, the game against Noah, we scored 2 corners. What's your take on that? Was it a mistake of the Noah defense, or was it a quality improvement in our set piece?
The problem is with Chelsea is that our best defenders, when it comes to aerial ability, are not our greatest defenders. So Disasi is very good in the air. He scored a lot of corners that season. And who scored the other corner? Was it Tosin?
Tosin, no? Yeah, it was Tosin.
Yeah, so Tosin and Disasi are very good in the air, but they cannot play Premier League because they are not good enough.
They are not good in defense.
But you see, Fofana and Colwill are not quite great when it comes to attacking set pieces. But they are good. They are good enough to play. So the question, I'm nervous. I'm nervous because I've actually seen a dynamic. Arsenal will try to create a lot of corners, because I really fear Gabriel. Gabriel knows how to attack those set pieces.
Actually, when you check the game against Inter,
Yeah,
I think of all the corners they had, they were on target, all the corners. I think so. If not all, most
yeah.
of them.
Okay, so now we are
Yeah.
we,
So
we are hoping that Sanchez is going to save us from corners.
yeah, that's only what we can look for.
We don't need to concede corners today. We need to concede less and less corners. Remember, we conceded a ton amount of corners against Manchester United. We did. If we
Yeah,
replicate
we did
that in
actually.
today's game, if we concede
Yeah,
5 corners, Arsenal will score 1 goal from those 5 corners.
so
Sure.
yeah, yeah, that's quite true.
Sure, they will concede.
So
No, you have to accept when a team is better than you. And Arsenal, there's one thing that Mikel has been doing. He has been making Arsenal more physical. And today they are going to be very physical. You're going to see them trying to bully Chelsea out of the ball because Partey is there. Rice is there. Rice by day is a very good deliverer of corner kicks. He's very good.
yeah, uh-huh.
So I really don't know how we are going to navigate through that because you cannot actually coach how to defend set pieces.
It just depends on the individual quality and the physicality of the players. I think so.
Yeah, so maybe if we can have Rhys James holding on to
Mm-hmm.
Gabriel, Rhys
Mm-hmm.
James is very strong. You have him to hold on to Gabriel. Then you
Uh-huh.
have Fofana and Colwell defending the set piece. Then you have a player like Caicedo looking to hold on to Saliba. Because you need physical players to hold on these players because they are very strong. Even Kai Havertz.
Very
There's one
strong.
player we are forgetting. Kai Havertz is also very deadly when it comes to those corners.
And they are very tall.
Yeah, they are very tall. When you compare their team to our team, they are very, very tall. That's why
Actually,
it is not.
I think the only
Yes.
shot player I think the only shot player in the Arsenal team, maybe we can say it's Gabriel, maybe, and Saka, maybe. Gabriel
So
Jesus.
yeah. So we're actually coming up a very physically imposing side. So are we able to match them physically? That's one part of the game that we really need to be at it in this game. Are we ready to match Arsenal physically?
Not so sure.
You see, I'm optimistic we can win the game, but we have to outscore them. We have to outscore them. The only way we can win this game is probably winning it with 3 goals. We need to score 3 goals.
Mm-hmm.
Because we score 3 goals, they will probably score 2, one from a set piece or both from set pieces. One thing that I'm happy is that they are not quite prolific when it comes to attacking. The attacking game really is not quite great, but
Yeah, yeah, the
Arsenal want
open play.
and we need to have our most physical players on the pitch. We need to have our most physical players on the pitch, and we need to be very careful about Gabriel. We need to be because they like to attack the far post. Rice likes to have an outswing all the way to the far post. So we need to have a lot of strength when it comes to defending corners.
Yeah, and also I think Robert Sanchez can try to claim the balls, maybe.
But you see, the problem is that Sanchez can be blocked. There's something that Ben
Oh,
White, he goes and stands next to the goalkeeper, so he blocks the goalkeeper from claiming those crosses. So we also need a player to shield the goalkeeper, and that's why I want Marco Kurela in the game. Marco Kurela can do that job, and then we can have Jackson, Fofana, and Colwell to clear the ball. But we need a player to shield the goalkeeper, which I think Cucurella can do quite well. Then we need to have a player shielding Gabriel, which is supposed to be Reece James. Then we need a player who's going to shield Saliba, which I'm picking Moses Caicedo to do.
right.
That is how I would arrange my set pieces and actually hope that they can outmatch them. I actually don't want João Felix in this game. Somebody's talking about João Felix. We cannot have João Felix in a physical game. We cannot have him there. This game cannot have passengers. So you have anything else to add?
Not so sure.
Okay, so thank you. Anybody else who has an opinion, you can actually hit that StreamYard link and actually join so that you can have your opinion. But I'm saying that we need to be very, very ready to defend those set pieces. We cannot have a bad game against set pieces in this game, and we need to have players who are on the pitch running. So I would really be shocked if Palmer did not start, because I find Joao Felix sometimes quite lethargic and Nkunku quite lethargic. So let's wait and see what is going to happen in this game. So if you've really enjoyed watching this tactical preview, thank you very much and see you in the game. I'll try to have a post-match review after the game. Hopefully we are going to win this game, and hopefully we can be able to move into third place. Thank you.